What is up, beautiful humans? How do? Coming at you from San Diego, midday sun on me. In this park, I just ate at this restaurant here. Little rice bowl. So I've been quiet a little bit the last few days. Finished my course. Absolutely blown away. But you know when things are like the potential for what reality could be is so exciting that you don't want to just I just sort of want to internalize it before I get too excited and carried away. But I'm excited. God is good. God is so good. We trusted the process. You know what I mean? We trusted the process that I was pushed away from functional patterns for a reason. And within a matter of weeks, I feel like the answers are already here and a better solution's already arisen. And what's even more beautiful is, and I don't want to make this about the FP thing, but that part of the formula, which was so crucial at getting the body in line and how does the body work and how can we correct that, was so inaccessible to most people. And I want accessible solutions for humans. And that bit just wasn't, but there was no one else that I'd found at that point speaking the understanding of the priority of humans' functionality is to walk and run, and if that's dysfunctional, then everything else beyond that will be. And if we can correct that, no one was speaking like Naudi that I'd come to at that point. So he was definitely sharing a lot of truths. So I'm like, okay, so he's got the answers, but it feels like turns out there's other people who have the same knowledge and awareness of the I don't know, invalidity of the fitness industry and how it's failing us, and how our bodies, and how to correct our bodies, how to fix the biomechanics. So we've got biomechanical problems, how do we fix them? And so because Naudi was the only one addressing the issues, I trusted he had the answers. And I'd felt things in my body that I'd never felt before that FP had helped me feel. Now I've felt the same things within 3 days with WEC method, with connections in my posterior chain, and I came here with an injury. I couldn't barely breathe or get out of bed without pain from my ribs that was banged and was connected to a muscle that was just, I was worried coming out here that I wouldn't be able to do anything, and I've not even thought about that for the last 3-4 days. It's been amazing. So rapidly, it was hassling me for weeks, and it's gone like that, and I completely see why in it. And the methodology is FP is in the right ballpark, but this is just, it's not tried to FP got there through to what it's got purely through logic and analytical brain, and it's missed some heart, which I guess we can all sense of it. This is logic and wisdom and intelligence and grand design, mathematical design in the makeup of us, mixed with the animalistic nature of the body and how it moves in figure eights with the core, with the engine, and the spirals with the limbs. And anyway, I won't go too far into that, but I just want to let you know that I'm here. I'm not going to get carried away yet, but I'm excited for the potential of this, what I've experienced so far, what I'm learning, and the fact that it's accessible and something that I could share with you lot. Within a matter of weeks, I can try and share some of these methodologies. Two main ones, if you've ever seen WEC method online, I'm sure some of you might have looked into it or heard of it before. They play with the rope, but they don't skip over the rope. And they play with pulses in the hand like a maracas, like beat. And the rope, without jumping over the rope, when you've got a hand on each handle on the rope, and you're swinging it, you're connecting the left and the right side are talking to each other, because it's through you have the cup with the string to the other cup, and people doing that, your left and right side have to talk, so you have to involve both sides and it gets the spine moving. We do a lot, in yoga you do a lot of forward fold and backward fold, But this is like actual figure eights with the core, and that's the spines, you know, got 33 vertebrae, so it can move in these patterns, so your spinal engine's going. So the rope sort of gets the spinal engine going, gets the left side talking to the right side, crossing over, helps the hemispheres, helps improve ability to learn and fast rate of learning. It does loads of things which I'll go into when I get the chance to share this stuff. And then the pulses is like, so that's like your engine with the rope and your brain, and then the pulses is like the timing of the limbs and the rhythmical timing of movement. And when you're running each stride, there's an event when the foot hits and it connects the hand, the audible from the maraca, the pulsar in your hand, gives you audible feedback that you time with this step. So you get direct feedback from that, and you're syncing up your limbs all together to move in action together. So these two, and then there's some other practices as well, but those two alone, the rope and the pulsars, have just been mind-blowing and easy and human and simplistic, and going martial. That was one of the biggest things I think FP missed. Going martial is like having intent that's maximum effort. If you want to be functional and athletic, or a human body before guns, you had to be able to slip and slide and move, and we are capable. We have animal bodies. We have animal bodies that can move like animals, and we just don't move them like animals. We don't move them with full intent unless you do sport, unless you're in tennis and you're really chasing down the ball with all your efforts and swinging with all your energy. So those are the only opportunities, and that feels great when we're capable of doing that. And children do that and throw themselves around. Now as an adult, we lose the ability because of biomechanics and other issues. But if we can, there's a method to train it back into the system to be functional with intent and move with intention, not habitually, as Naudi says. Anyway, but through this, it's really, God is good, man. And I think I'm the first ever UK qualified work method. And you know, when you're watching videos on YouTube and it's got like less than 1,000 views, and you're like, it's either beautiful, or it's a great song, or it's just someone speaking some absolute truth, and you just connect with it, and you're like, and yet no one, I think you guys are probably in that same community as me, where you just are drawn to stuff that you feel is like the ahead of the wave. And whether in the end things change or not, but when you're ahead of the wave before other people, and that's just the path, that's just how we roll. I don't judge whether something's good or not, or right or wrong, on how many people are following it, you know. It's on how it feels in myself to do so. So yeah, I'm going to Joshua Tree this afternoon with good old Uncle Weck. I'm going to try and, when I first got here I understood about 10% of what he'd say to me. Now I'm up to about 50-60%, so I'm going to keep exploring with him, and he's going to try and download where he's at, because he's like 10 steps ahead of what's out online and stuff and what you can access here. So I'm going to try and download as much as I can, and your boy's going to come back with some knowledge to share with y'all. So stay tuned for all of that. Thanks for following and keeping the faith, and exciting times, exciting things ahead. God bless y'all. Peace out.